Hi guys, in today's video I am going to be showing you how to do a slideshow presentation using Microsoft PowerPoint. It is actually quite straightforward once you know how, and I'm going to walk you through all the various different ways to do this. As I get into it, if it does solve your problem, make sure to smash the like button, consider subscribing, hitting the subscribe button just down below, and let's jump right into it. So here we have a dummy kind of template presentation. It's just a business kind of plan essentially. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to be using our laptop here to basically present this on a kind of television screen within a meeting room, right? And we're going to be walking through all of these different slides with everybody in the meeting. Okay, so let's say we've created the perfect business plan presentation, as you can kind of see here using this template, and we are going to present it, right? We're just going to be turning up maybe 15 minutes beforehand, making sure that everything is hooked up, synced up to the monitors, and everyone's going to be able to kind of experience the slideshow exactly how you want. So to do this, to kind of first thing we want to do is head on over to the ribbon here, and we can see that there is a area called slideshow. Okay, we're going to go ahead and click on that tab, and it's going to open up all of our slideshow options. So at the top here we have from the beginning, from the current slide, present it in Microsoft Teams. So let's say you're in a Teams call, you can use this button to present your presentation in the Teams video call rather than having to kind of deal with it in a kind of face-to-face meeting. So of course it's a fantastic option to have, and then you can create custom slideshows as well. We're not going to really go into that one in too much detail in today's tutorial. We're just going to focus on these kind of first couple of options here, right? Just to give you the kind of the ins and the outs of how to use a presentation. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is if we just want to start the presentation, then we can just go ahead and from the beginning. Now this particular button where it's basically shortcutted F5, if you were to use this one, it doesn't matter what slide you're currently looking at, it's always going to start the show from the beginning. So let me go ahead and click that. And so as you can see from here, it's going to start on slide 1 of 14. Now, when you're inside the presentation, you can see there's several other things. Now, what you can see on your screen is going to be slightly different than what is going to be seen on the actual presentation monitor, right? Or in Microsoft Teams if you click that button. So you can see the current slide, okay? And then you can see what the next slide is going to be. And if you have any notes associated with that slide, or notes that you in this current slide that you want to kind of talk about. So this is a great way to have kind of like bullet point lists of things that you want to cover whilst this is the visual that is being shown in the meeting. Okay, now at the top here you obviously have show taskbar. Okay, if we click that, we can see that actually just highlights a little something in PowerPoint itself, which I can't actually bring up, I don't think, easily without kind of creating too much disruption for this recording. Then we have the display settings. Now the display settings allows you to kind of swap presenter view and slideshow view, and then of course you can create a duplicate slideshow. Now for the most part you're not going to want to do this. You're going to pretty much want to kind of keep it as pretty much standard stuff, right? You don't want to duplicate the slideshow, and you don't really want to show everybody everything that's going in the background in terms of the presenter view. Okay, and then of course you have the ability to end the slideshow. So those are your options at the top. At the bottom here you have a whole host of additional options. You've got the pen and laser tool, so if you wanted to kind of have a little laser on here, you could basically kind of, you know, show people stuff on the screen. You also have a pen, so if you wanted to kind of underscore something on your presentation, you could do that. You could also circle areas of interest. Okay, so really useful kind of tools. You could also highlight things if you wanted to. So you could highlight the business plan like so. Okay, so these are tools for you to use whilst you're in your presentation. And of course, you can erase everything that's on there as well. Next on the list, you have see all of the slides. If you wanted to, you click that and it's going to show you everything. But obviously, you know, it can be quite a lot to kind of digest if there are lots of things to see. And of course you can zoom in on the slide as well, so you can focus in on certain areas of the presentation if you wanted to. Okay, and you can zoom back out. Then of course you've got the black or unblack slideshow, so you can go and basically make it you know, invisible to the monitors that in the presentation if you wanted to. And of course you can add some subtitles as well, and toggle cameras on and off and things like that. Okay, and there's also some more options here. And again, you can go into a lot more details here. So whether you want a black screen, white screen, whether you want cameras, and obviously I've got quite a few different cameras here, and obviously they can be incorporated into the presentation if you want to. Now the main options are these ones down here at the bottom. Of course, these allow you to basically go to the next slide, for example. Okay, so you can work your way through all of the slides, and when you eventually get all the way to the very end here, you can of course end the slideshow like so, and it will bring you back to your PowerPoint presentation. Okay, so that's your first way of doing it. At least starting a presentation. Now the other way of doing it is, let's say something happens and you need to start a presentation midway through. Well, for that, of course, you're going to go to the Home tab ribbon here. You're going to navigate over to where it says Slideshow, and then you're going to start a presentation from the current slide. And when you do this, you're going to start the presentation from the slide that you are currently selected in on PowerPoint itself. Again, you can go through this. You can of course highlight things. You can zoom in. You can do pretty much everything that you could kind of look at before. So let's hypothetically say we want to focus in on these numbers. We could zoom in on that, and of course zoom back out as well. When you're happy, we can of course end the slideshow. Now a lot of these functionalities that you can see from PowerPoint directly here are also presented within the Present in Microsoft Teams function, which I'm not going to show into this video tutorial today because it is very much quite straightforward and simple. But if you do want me to kind of go through that, then of course you can let me know in the comments down below. If this has helped you in any way, build a little bit more confidence, or for you just to know how to actually use Microsoft PowerPoint in presentations, make sure to smash that like button. Let me know how it goes in the comment section down below, and consider subscribing for more hints and tips.